Hello everyone and welcome to Realistic Racing League Season 1 Round 7 here in Canada today. We will begin qualifying in just a moment, just while we are waiting for just the game to load. We have a few new faces today. Dennis Pro 420, I think he's making his debut along with TRTG Games. I know he's making his debut. And I think that's about it. I think CSB Harris, I believe that's his name, is also making his debut. Yeah, CSB Harris, I think he is also making his debut today. I think that is all the debutants for today's race. I don't know. I think CMDR Sub did race last week. As we just get all the graphics up. The first man to go out on track will be Galactic Nerd, is that? Or is it TRTG Games? I guess I think it is TRTG Games, so he'll be the first man to set a lap time as long as everything is valid. Very easy to invalidate around here, as you will learn if you've driven around Canada. I'll point out all the invalidation points in this on this outlap, so you can very easily invalidate there if you go too far over either of the curbs. You can also clip the barrier if you get it all wrong. This one is, you can't really invalidate through here, but you can spin the car around on that curb there. As it goes down the straight. This one is a bit harder to invalidate, but you can spin the car around. CSB Harris will also be the second man to set a lap. Because he lets... Oh no, he won't. He'll let CMDR Sub go past. As TRTG Games goes down the final straight into a place where it's very frustrating if you invalidate there, as well it means you have to take... You won't be able to do your lap as it is this and the next lap invalidation. Let's see if you can go through through here. Yeah, it goes through very nicely. Not the quickest, but I think the first and foremost is most important if you can just get an actual lap done rather than you know, maybe going for the fast one. In the second lap, you do really want to get a good lap going. We got I think for the first time. Oh, Paul Chuckles has hit the barrier. How's he done that? He was quite near his teammate on track. Paul Chuckles standing in today for Underseeker. Not going to be a regular at Haas, but he must have spun around, maybe got the curb, and he's taken out his front wing, I believe. Has he taken out all of it? He's going to need to go into the pits and change it. Yeah, his front wing's completely gone as he goes into the pit lane to change it. Galactic Nerd on mediums, and Ideal Cornflakes is on mediums in the pit lane. Could we see him come out now? Yes, we could, and he's going to come out and do his first lap on the medium tyre. It's quite bold from Cornflakes. As now, seems TLTG has set a lap that is valid. Can he keep it valid through the final chicane? Yes, he can, but he almost clips the barrier. Yellow flag in sector 3. What's that for? I think it's for CSB Harris, who's invalidated, so he must have slowed down to let a car pass. And the first time is set by TLTG Games, a 1:12. Let's see if the Mercedes crossing the line, CMDR Sub, can beat that. As he crosses the line, and he does by 1.6 seconds. Great lap from Sob there, as he goes on provisional pole by 1:11. By 1 minute 6 seconds with a 1:11 flat. Next man to cross the line will be BK, I believe. Yes, it will. BK sticks to the right hand side, and he's very close to pole, considering he's in a Haas 1:11.4, only 4 tenths off pole. He's ahead of the Red Bull. Galactic Nerd starting his lap on the medium tyre. He's got a bit of traffic in front with F1 shift. Trying to stay out of the way. He's got BK very close behind him, and that's El Pocho on his second race for Ferrari. Takes provisional pole, but it's immediately beaten by Jeremy, puts a 1:10 in, and it's immediately beaten by Felix, who goes a 1:09.7. So the time's ramping up here in this qualifying session here in Canada. But yeah, so Felix won, the man currently on provisional pole. I'm sure he's going to be very happy with that, as Cornflakes has started his flying lap on the medium tyre. CMD Sob was looked to be going for another lap, but he invalidated at the final turn, and I guess he was too far past the pit lane to do anything about it. Next man to cross the line will CSB Harris. What can he do? He invalidated his first lap. What can he do on his second lap? It's not going to be, and it is P6 with a 1 minute 12. I didn't see the exact time. PC Willie starts his flying lap, and Galactic Nerd comes across the line to go P5 on the medium tyre. I'm sure he wants to realistically put that a bit higher if he wants to stick to the medium tyre. And there's a 5-place grid penalty for IGO Cornflakes for a collision with Paul Chuckles. Wonder what happened there. We missed it, but I wonder what happened there. Was he on a? He wasn't on a. He invalidated his lap, and that's going to be a key fight. Aston Martin have been the strongest team all year. However, with a much more stacked grid than usual, IGO Cornflakes being put back 5 places really isn't ideal. Yeah, he's lost his front wing, so he must have hit into the back of maybe Paul Chuckles or something like that. Let's look at the Haas driver's car. Seems okay. Yep, no damage on that. So I'd assume maybe he's gone into the back of it. Maybe Paul Chuckles hasn't gotten out of the way, so we could see a maybe if that is the case, then we could see a penalty coming his way for next race or for this race, and some penalty points. But of course we don't know what happened. Kart racer racing today for Alpine. Very quick driver. We saw last week he was very quick in the Alpine, so he's definitely the one to keep an eye on as he comes through, coming up to the line. Sorry, sticks to the right hand side. It's not going to be provisional pole. It is going to be provisional pole by 5 tenths, beating out Felix 1. So 109.255. There's a yellow flag in front for PC Willie. His teammate who's just slowed down as he invalidated his flying lap. Dennis Pro, is he on a flying lap? Short shifting. I think he might be on a flying lap, is he? Or he might be on a build-up lap, I don't know. And he has invalidated it, so it doesn't matter what he's on, because it's not going to count. CSB Harris going slowly down the straight. I'm sure he's going to be coming into pit lane, maybe he's run out of fuel. F1 shift is on an outlap. Felix is on an outlap. Galactic Nerd's going to come across the line on the medium tyre. Can he improve his time? He can, but it's not enough to push him up any positions. I think the ideal scenario for him would maybe to be just ahead of Pocho. Tyre wear, from my memory, is it can be big round. I don't really remember. I think it is a one stop if you don't if you look after your tyres. CSB Harris has said his best time was 5 tenths faster, but invalidated at the final corner. That would put him in front of BK, but I think, yeah, just behind CMD Sob as he's in the pits waiting to go out again. Felix about to start his second flying lap of the session. Very quick through there from the German. He's going to have to beat his fellow German if he wants to take pole as he starts his flying lap. Let's ride on board for this one. So coming through turn 1 into turn 2, and he has a little bit of a tank slapper there, so that would have lost him a bit of time on exit. Coming through, making sure not to go too over on those curbs, and he doesn't invalidate, which is good for Felix. It's very easy to invalidate around here. Purple sector 1, whether it's legit purple or not, it's yet to be seen, but the game sometimes can be weird with that. Coming down the straight, activates the DRS very quickly, and into the second chicane of the lap. Very quick through there, making sure not to spin the car. Yellow flags up in front, and I think that might be BK going slowly. No, it's Paul Chuckles going slowly. He's going to need to get out of the way of Felix here. Felix coming through. Can he get a tow? No, he can't, as Paul Chuckles is definitely out of the way. He might get a bit of a tow here. He does get a tiny bit of a tow, which might help his bid for pole. Coming down the straight into the final chicane. Making sure he doesn't invalidate, doesn't clip the wall, and it's brilliant through there from Felix. Coming up to the line, can he take provisional pole? No, he can't, and he barely improves as El Pocho's out of the session. What's happened there? Has he collided with CSB? Whatever's happened to Podcho, has he spun? It's yet to be seen. Let's run a ball with Jeremy and see if we can see what happens with Jeremy's on board. Seems he's gone straight on and just retired. Very strange from Podcho. Did he maybe collide with Harris? I did see him very close to Harris. That's yet to be really seen so far. As Harris slows down at the final chicane and cuts the corner to go into the pit lane. I don't know how legal that is, but he's done it anyway. I don't know, maybe he didn't get that, I don't know. Why is he on... Oh wait, no, that's best tyres. Let's see what tyres everyone's on. That's not the right thing. Oh no, it wasn't. Why was he on 3-lap tyres? Maybe he hadn't pit. Has he pit yet? I don't know. Yellow flag in sector 3, and that is CMDR Sob. Has he gone round? No, he looks like he's just warming up his tyres to prepare for his for another flying lap from him. I'm sure in the fastest car, or the second joint fastest car, I don't really know what the difference is between the Merc and the Red Bull, but he's going to definitely want to improve on that time and try and get a bit closer to Kart Racer at the top as he starts his flying lap invalidate. So will it count? Is it in this and next lap? Yes it is, so it won't even count for Sob, so that's going to be gutting for him. If he keeps the tyres in good enough shape, he might do another flying lap, or he might pit. We'll have to wait and see on that bit. The only 3 drivers yet to set a lap are PC Willie, IGO Cornflakes and Dennis Pro. As Cornflakes comes into the pits, Dennis Pro on an out lap, and he's going to shortly begin his flying lap. As it's sector 3, yellow flags for Galactic Nerd, who's going slowly. Jeremy beginning his... finishing his flying lap. What can Jeremy do to try and get a bit closer to pole? Nothing. He improves by 3 attempts, but still not close enough to Felix or to Kart Racer to really challenge pole. So it's been a good session so far for Ferrari. Oh, and Jeremy's hit the wall. I wonder, did he maybe clip a barrier on his flying lap and he just wants to make sure that it gets changed? Because sometimes if you only have a tiny bit of damage, the game sometimes doesn't change your wing, and it can cost you time. So maybe he just wanted to try and, yeah, clip off an end plate so he can definitely get a wing change, because it doesn't cost any time in multiplayer lobbies. So it won't matter to him. F1 shift on an out lap, CSB Harrison on a lap, Paul Chuckles on a flying lap, but that has been invalidated. So that won't count, as yellow flag in sector 2 and 3. I think that's Jeremy going slowly. He's gonna get out of the way. Galactic Nerd on a flying lap, purple in the middle sector. He might get a bit of a tow here from F1 shift if he can get through here quick enough. He's right on board with Galactic Nerd. He's quite far back, but he might still be getting a tiny bit of a tow going into the final corner. Can he try and put himself above El Pocho? Quite clean through the final corner. Gets another tow here. Can he try and get P4? Yes, he can. Not only can he get P4, he gets P3 ahead of Jeremy, and that makes his session go a bit better. I'm pretty sure he wasn't even sure he was going to be racing today. Only decided about 10-20 minutes after before the race. And F1 shift retires from the session. He's I think he must have lost it on exit and maybe just clipped the barrier. So that's our second retirement of the session. As Dennis Pro has spun. He's going to be blocking the track. Here, TRTG Games is already passed, so it's not going to matter to him. Galactic Nerd's passed. BK is in the pits. Paul Chuckles is coming up. So does Paul Chuckles have wing damage, or is that just a Haas? It's just a Haas. So with the performance update, that of course means that both Haas drivers are gonna have a lot of a tougher time, because the Haas is now a lot worse than what it used to be. It is now definitely the worst car on the grid, whereas before it was a similar pace to the Alfa Romeo. Yeah, it's gonna be very tough for them in that. Well, I'll refrain from what I was gonna call it, but yeah, I think we'll see everyone trundle out the pit lane in just a moment as we wait to see everyone's final flying lap of the session. CMD Sob is going to be on a flying lap for this lap, so he's let's watch it. Quite nice through there. Activates DRS very quickly, moves over to the left hand side to get himself ready and set for this flying lap. Brakes quite well, making sure not to outbrake himself, and does that beautifully. PC Willie and Nigel Cornflakes still yet to set a time, as we continue on board with CMD Sob, and that was just, I think, PC Willie getting out of the way, or was it Kart Racer? No, it's PC Willie getting out of the way very nicely for him, and he's invalidated. So he surely needs to slow down here to preserve his tyres, and because I don't think he'll have time to pit and then go again for another lap. As TRTG Games going very slowly, and he's crashed. Does he have wing damage? Seems like it. Let's ride off board and see if we can see. Yes, no front wing. Completely gone, and that might be, unless he can get to the pits quite quickly here. I don't know why he's still trying to warm up the tyres. If he can get to the pits quite quickly, he may have a chance of getting another lap, but I don't think he will, unless he can get around quite quickly. PC Willie's going to be the first man, I believe, to start his flying lap, unless CMD Sob goes for another one. Yeah, he is going to. Good to see everyone come out the pit lane, but there's of course still time in the session. That might be costly for PC Willie, as we already have 2 Haas's out on track and McLaren out on track, so we're going to start seeing a lot of cars out on track, and this might block a few people's runs. PC Willie desperately needs this lap to go well for him. If he invalidates, he will have one final chance if he has enough fuel in the car, but it's not been a good session for him. On the contrary to his teammate, who's currently on provisional pole, but Willie is definitely a fast driver. So if he can string this lap together, we could see him shoot himself into the top 3. As he has 2 Haas's in front of him, both on out laps. Yellow flag in sector 3 as they're all going slowly. Can he just avoid all the carnage up in front? He might even get a tow off. I believe that's CSB Harris. There's purple in sector 2. CMD Sob slightly in the way here. CMD Sob blocks him. That looked dangerous. CMD Sob went over, whether he did it on purpose or not. It looked like he blocked PC Willie just a little bit. Can he get the final chicane right and make sure he doesn't invalidate this lap? Yes, he can, but he clips the barrier. That's going to ruin any chance of him doing another flying lap on those tyres. As his yellow flag in sector 2, and I think that might be for Galactic Nerd, who is going slowly. Jeremy retires from the session. I think he may have spun going out the final corner there, so run above Felix and see if we can spot what happened if the car stays there, which I think it should. PC Willie going slowly. Yellow flag in sector 1, 2 and 3. Yeah, so Jeremy just spun going out the final corner and wrecked his lap. And Felix comes across the line, he can't get provisional pole. And that is, I think that's Kart Racer on pole. Unless anyone can unless BK could maybe set one hell of a lap. We've seen him do heroics in the Haas last week, where he got 2 points finishes, very good from him last week. But can he do it again as he's coming down the main straight? I think Galactic Nerd is on an out lap and he's just about going to make it to the line. PC Willie's on a lap, or he started a lap, and he's going to need to get out of the way. And he does get out, or does he going to get out of the way of Galactic Nerd? As BK crosses the line and goes P6! Very good for the Haas driver, and that's I think qualifying finished. But we do still have drivers on a lap. Galactic Nerd on a lap behind PC Willie. Yellow flag up in front, is that, yeah, it's CSB Harris who's retired. He is removed from the track, quite luckily. As yeah, Galactic Nerd getting a tow, so he has a chance still of possibly getting provisional pole, and he's ruined the chances. He invalidated his lap, so I don't think anyone else is on a flying lap. BK, is he on a flying lap? No, he's on an in lap. Felix retires from the session. Dennis Pro on a flying lap, I think. Has invalidated, and he's got Paul Chuckles in front, who has invalidated. I think Dennis Pro is the only person who hasn't invalidated. He's going to get a tow. Can he try and get up there with his teammate in P7? Activates DRS. I don't know who that was off the side. I think it was Galactic Nerd. EK moves out the way. Paul Chuckles still giving him a tow. So what can he do to try and get a bit higher up in the field? Nothing. And I think that is qualifying done. Yes, it is. So your pole man for the feature race is Kart Racer with a 109.255 being the pole time. Felix Felix 3 tenths behind, 2.5 tenths behind. Galactic Nerd rounds out the top 3. Jeremy in P4. El Potro P5, BK P6, a wonderful job in the Haas from him. Harris P7, Sob P8, PC Willie P9, Shift P10, and I get to look at it again. Shift P10, Dennis Pro P11, Paul Chuckles with a 5-place grid penalty, so he'll start P13 behind TLTG Games, as Cornflakes also has a 5-place grid penalty. So yeah, TLTG Games P12, and that is the end of the session. So wonderful job by BK to just get that good lap in and get into P6. Out qualifies both McLarens and Alpine. Yeah, so if he can hold on to that position in the race, I'm sure he'll be very happy. But it's gonna be a tough run down to turn 1 with Galactic Nerd and a bit of a German sandwich there. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see who can get the better start and who can well, win the race. 50% race for the feature race, and then after that we have the top 10 reversed. As we now wait for everyone to choose their strategies. Or load in, no, strategies. I think the biggest shock of qualifying, other than BK, is probably Galactic Nerd, considering he, well, he was pretty much told not that long before the race that he was going to be driving today. For him to get P3, even in a Red Bull, still very impressive. And maybe he could challenge the two, well, I said slower cars. If he has consistency, he could definitely challenge the two. And I think this race might be won on penalties, because it's very easy to invalidate and very easy to get exceeding track limits warnings around Canada. So this race might be won and lost on penalties. So whoever can be the cleanest driver, it might pay dividends at the end of the race. As we look at the tyres that everyone on. So of course the top 10 all qualified on the soft tyre, so they'll all be on softs. Dennis Pro has chosen the hard compounder tyre. TLTG Games, yeah, on the softs. Paul Chuckles on the softs, and IGO Cornflakes starting last on the mediums. So yeah, it is a predicted 2-stop for everyone in the top 10, I'd assume. I don't think any of them will be able to last. I'd assume Dennis Pro and IGO Cornflakes are both going to be going to a 1-stop, and maybe they could, if they can keep it a clean race, they could put themselves into the mix come the end of it. But it's going to be important to make sure you keep your tyres in good condition. Two Ferraris both having a good session, as they are the two highest placed pairing. Everyone else is at their teammates has had issues. Jeremy's teammate, of course, getting a 5-place grid penalty and not even setting a lap in the end. And Kart Racer's teammate only setting 1 lap, and that was only good enough for P9. So it'll be interesting to see if any tactics come in with the Ferraris, or if as long as they don't collide, I'm sure they'll be happy. Kart Racer warming up his tyres very vividly, not vividly, rigorously. That's the word. As Felix has overtaken him. I don't think Felix is. I think Felix's AI has overtaken him. As we wait for everyone to get down onto the grid for the 5 red lights. IGO Cornflakes will be the last man to get onto the grid in P14. As now we just wait for everyone. Galactic Nerd did just hang back a little bit, so maybe that maybe cooled down Kart Racers and Felix's tyres, so maybe he might get the jump on them at the start. But that is yet to be seen, as now we wait for the 5 red lights. As it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights here in Canada. They're held for a long time. And the lights are on. We are underway for the Canadian Grand Prix. It's a good start from Car Racer. It's a worse start from Felix. And it's a great start from Jeremy. He could look to challenge Felix into turn 1. He's gone, Galactic Nerd and Stone One, but they collide, and there's that damage for like Galactic Nerd. It looked like it might have been. BK is already up into P5, past Pocho. Pocho had a poor start off the line. CSP Harris is held position, but Pocho and BK going side by side, and Pocho keeps the position in the end. Jeremy and Galactic Nerd have swapped places. Felix couldn't get a good enough start to get past Kart Racer, and almost got overtaken by Jeremy. It's a very poor start for Genesis Pro, who's in dead last. Did he maybe have collision, or did he maybe spin? It doesn't look like he has any damage. However, Cornflakes has gotten past F1 Shift, as F1 Shift has been overtaken by Paul Chuckles, and Paul Chuckles almost hit Cornflakes there. As now Sob will look to size up a move on Harris, as Cornflakes has gone past PC Willie going into the hairpin. Can PC Willie fight back? No, he cannot. As now down the main straight we go. Felix 7 temps back, Jeremy 9 temps back. Galactic Nerd quite close to the back of Jeremy. Could he look to make a move into the chicane? He goes up the inside. Can he get it done? Breaks, and he does. He breaks later than Jeremy, and that is Galactic Nerd back up into P3. CSP Harris has got past BK. Could BK maybe fight this one back going into turn 1? He doesn't have the engine power, so that is going to be the Mercedes engine of the McLaren into P6 of CSP Harris. IGL Cornflake has already started his charge through the field, as he's looking to get past CMD or Sob. And can he get the move done on top? And who's that going slowly? It's Galactic Nerd. Did he disconnect? It's a safety car, I think. Or is it a safety car or a virtual safety car? Does Galactic Nerd have damage? Please show me the off-board, a better off-board, please. Yes, he's lost his front wing. Did he collide with Jeremy? Did he collide with Jeremy or Pocho? Who did he collide with, as it's only a VSC? So that's not really going to help him, as he can't get back to the pit lane and replace that wing. Paul Chacker's got a 3-second time penalties somewhere amongst all that. Not good considering we've had 2 laps, so yeah, very not good from the Haas driver. But BK into P6, so he's held position. IGL Cornflakes is what? How many positions has he made up? 7 positions on the opening lap. As we wait for green flag racing yet again. Jeremy up 1 position, Pocho up 1 position, CSP Harris up 2 positions, BK hold position, IGL Cornflakes up 7 positions. Galactic Nerd continues to fall back, as he's lost 8 positions now. Paul Trucker's up 1, TLTG Games down 1, and Dennis Pro down 3, yeah. As we wait for the green flag to be waved, as unsurprisingly, Galactic Nerd comes into the pits, and that's a 5-second time penalty for Dennis Pro for speeding in the pit lane, and a VSC for Paul, a drive-through penalty for speeding under VSC for Dennis Pro. So he's gonna, was it Dennis Pro? No, it was Paul Chuckles. So he's gonna have to serve that. Felix looking to stick with Kart Racer. Kart Racer had the pace advantage in quali, and he does have, I think the Ferrari engine is a bit quicker than the Alpine. From what I've driven of the Alpine, it does not have a good engine. BK looking to stick with Harris. I think BK's a very consistent driver, so if he can stick with Harris, maybe Harris might make a mistake and he could get past. He's obviously not got the quicker car, but he is a very consistent driver. A little lock up there. As we go back through the field, he needs to sort of put a car between him and Cornflakes, because Cornflakes has been rapid at the start of this Grand Prix. Underfueled his car though, so that could maybe come back to bite him come the end of the race. CMD also has DRS active, so does PC Willie. Felix sets the fastest lap of the Grand Prix. I'm sure that will definitely be improved, and that's a 3-second time penalty for F1 Shift. I feel like I'm going to be saying that a lot today. Not for specifically Shift. As BK looking to send it on Harris. Can he get it done round the outside now? He gets squeezed to the outside. Can he hold it? Yes, he can. Gets the better exit than the McLaren driver, and that's BK up into P5. So he puts a car between him and Cornflakes, and Cornflakes is going to want to have to get past the McLaren driver. They're similar pace cars, but I think Cornflakes does just have the pace advantage. Galactic Nerd says the fastest lap of the race on those soft tyres. As now, Cornflakes is going to look to make a move down the inside on CSP Harris, and CSP Harris looking to fight back, and he's going to have to cut the chicane. Does he get, I'd assume he gets a warning for that. He might not. We'll have to wait and see if he, when I can check. And that's collision with him and CMD Osobi. Almost took out Cornflakes, and that's Harris in the barrier on lap 4. So lap 4 very much a one to forget. He got overtaken by BK, Cornflakes, and CMD Osob sent him into the barrier. And does he have any damage? Not that I can see of. Felix keeping very good pace with Kart Racer. Felix has been one of the most consistent drivers this season. He's in P2 in the standings, and CSP Harris gets a 3-second time penalty. He's one of the most consistent drivers this season. He's P2 in the standings despite not winning a race. So could Canada finally be the race where he breaks his duck and the Ferrari driver finally wins a Grand Prix? 3-second time penalty for TLTG Games. I feel, yeah, as I said, I'm going to be saying that a lot today for 3-second time penalties. As Felix very close to back of Kart Racer, of course having DRS. Could he maybe get a chance down the next main straight? PC Willie very close to back of CMD Osob. So let's switch over to that battle. Let's switch back to the one in the top, and there's a yellow flag, and that's Dennis Pro, who's collided with Paul Chuckles, I assume. As now Felix is going to be a bit too far back, surely, to maybe make a move on Kart Racer. But if he's good enough through the chicane, he could maybe get it down the next straight. He's having a little look, maybe trying to make Kart Racer to defend, but Kart Racer is a very much a seasoned driver, and he knows that Felix is not going to be close enough to make a move there. Solid driving from him as Cornflakes gets past BK, quite unsurprisingly, as BK in the slowest car. Seems you're sub 1.3 seconds back, but still getting DRS. I think he got DRS off CSP Harris, so that might explain why he has a DRS. CSP Harris not pitting, so he clearly didn't get any damage from that collision with Sob. BK faring quite well in this race so far. No penalties, and he's driven quite strongly and held position in P6, so it's a good race from him so far. Felix, again, 3 attempts back from Kart Racer after that straight. Can he stick with Kart Racer through this hairpin? Pocho gets a 3-second time penalty. Brakes very well, doesn't lock up. Kart Racer on a little lock up. Can Felix get a good enough exit to try and maybe attack Kart Racer down this next straight? About 5 attempts back. Activates DRS. He's not going to activate DRS. He knows he's too far back this time, but he's sticking quite close to Kart Racer. So it's good from the Ferrari driver, who's definitely wanting to get his first win today. As Sob is very close now to the back of BK. BK looks to defend to the inside, but there's nothing he can do as they do collide. They do bang wheels. BK using a lot of DRS. No DRS for BK, and he's going to have to give up that position, which is a bit unfair. BK, very quick driver, but he is, of course, in the slowest car, as I've said before, so he can't really do much to defend. But if he's consistent, he may well get a good finish today. PC really close to the back of BK now. CSP Harris coming into pit lane. Is he going to change that front wing? I think he has changed his front wing. Can he come out ahead of his teammate? We're going to see the two McLarens race into turn 1. Well, no we're not. We're going to see CSP Harris be a lot quicker than his teammate coming out the pit lane. PC Willie. Gonna look to, could he look to send it on BK here? No, he cannot. BK gonna have DRS unlike last time when he got attacked by CMD Osob. However, Felix now was 1/10 back, but can't get a good enough exit to keep up with Kart Racer and get past him down the next straight. Jeremy's gonna be the first front runner to pit. Did he maybe break his wing at all, or is he just coming into the pit lane for a routine stop? It's a routine stop as he's committing to the 2-stop. PC Willie with a 3-second time penalty, as he must have got past BK. Was he? Oh yeah, he must have got past BK at some point, as PC Willie pressuring the Mercedes in front. F1 Shift yet to pit. Jeremy pits and comes out in front of F1 Shift. Pocho pits and comes out behind F1 Shift. Felix 2 attempts back. He's not good enough through the chicane, almost clips the barrier, and he's lost a lot of time there. Has to activate ERS to stay close enough to Kart Racer. The DRS straight very much helps the Ferrari here, because first of all, the Ferrari doesn't have the quickest straight line speed, and of course, you know, if he makes a mistake in that final sector, as long as he's still within 1 second, he's gonna claw all that time back. And look, he's what, 5 tenths back now. There's a yellow flag in sector 2 and 3, and it's F1 Shift who's gone round. Does he have damage as he rises over the crest? Yes, no. Yep, he's lost his front wing completely there. No safety car, quite surprisingly. As PC Willie gets past CMD Asob. And Felix has come into the pit lane for an earlier stop than Kart Racer. If he has the pace here, he might be able to get past Kart Racer with the undercut. Is he going to come out in clean air? Yes, he is, just in front of Jeremy. He had to defend the undercut from Jeremy, and he comes out in front. He's going to have about a 1.8 second gap to CMD Asob in front, and he really doesn't want to get caught up with these two battling. As is Kart Racer going to immediately respond, or is he going to take his time pitting? We'll have to wait and see from Kart Racers. He's almost coming up to lap Paul Chuckles very early on in this race, only 9 laps in. Also his TRTG Games as well. As Kart Racer will come down this straight, can he defend from the undercut from Felix? Felix is going to get DRS on CMD Asob and a double toe from PC Willie as well. So as long as they don't cost him any time here, Felix may well still get the job done. He's about he's 16 seconds back, as Kart Racer is going to pit. So Alpine need this to be a good stop if they want to keep their man in P1. Let's ride on board with Felix and see, can he get the job done. He makes sure he doesn't, he's still quite quick behind PC Willie. Kart Racer gets his stop done. Can he come out in front of Felix? It isn't looking likely. Has the Ferrari got the job done? The Ferrari have pulled out a masterclass strategy here, as Felix is in a net P1. Surely, as even Pocho's got past, so Kart Racer's had a mare there. It's very, very poor strategy from him, and he had an absolute mare there. Felix is going to need to get past this Mercedes though, as one man who's put his name into the picture, that is Cornflakes, who of course is on that one-stop strategy. We assume he's on that one-stop strategy, and if he is, then he could very well have this win in the bag, and Felix would be denied yet again as Felix gets past CMD Asob in the DRS zone. Can he get past PC Willie? He needs to not get held up, and he needs to chase after IGL Cornflakes now. BK and P9 got a 3-second time penalty a bit early, and Dennis Pro got a 3-second time penalty. Felix gonna look, and he makes contact! Is that damage for Felix 1? Did he make enough contact to get damage there on PC Willie? It didn't look like it, but stranger things have happened. As he activates DRS, is he going to be close enough to get past PC Willie going down this straight? No, he's not, but he's surely going to be close enough as long as he doesn't look to have damage. As now he's going to be close enough, he's going to get the job done on PC Willie. Going to look to go to the outside, almost going on the grass there, and he gets past PC Willie, does he? They make contact, bang wheels there, as he makes contact again. As Felix gets past, and he needs to catch up to IGL Cornflakes to make sure he doesn't get too far ahead. And needs to make sure that, because Cornflakes is probably going to be doing a 2-stop. So if he is, then that could probably put Cornflakes in a good position to win this race. CMD Asob pits for hard tyres. He's going to be looking to do a 1-stop as he comes out racing with Galactic Nerd side by side. Galactic Nerd on the soft tyres, so he's going to have the pace advantage. He needs to make sure he holds this position, and he does not. CMD Asob gets past. As BK is very close behind, he's going to be wanting these two to make contact, as long as he can avoid getting involved. But yeah, BK, little tank slapper there on exit from Galactic Nerd on his quite old soft tyres now, as BK gets passed into P8, and Paul Chuckles gets another 3-second time penalty. And I need to breathe. it's all been going in these past few laps. Jeremy now looking to catch up to PC Willie, and I didn't even realise Kart Racer's back behind Pocho. So what happened to Kart Racer there? Was the undercut really that powerful, or did he maybe make a big mistake on his in-lap? Jeremy, 1.6 seconds back now from Felix, and Cornflakes is having his time eaten into by Felix. 2.7 seconds now the gap. Jeremy sets the fastest lap of the race. It's BK and Sob the closest two on track at the moment. Can BK come out in front of CSP Harris? Yeah, because CSP Harris didn't pit. PC Willie pit, and he is in front of CMD Asob. So we wait for the next big moment of action. It's like we get nothing for loads of laps, and then all of a sudden everything happens at once. Felix needs to catch up the he's catching IGO Cornflakes at a rate of knots here. And it says on his little driver panel that Cornflakes is going to pit this lap. Is he going to pit this lap? No, he's not. Stays out for yet another lap. 12 laps old, those medium tyres now. Felix Felix is within a second now. Realistically, he wants to put I would say he wants to put a car between him and Jeremy, but it wouldn't matter because they're teammates, and I'd assume IGO Cornflakes is going to let Jeremy pass, given the opportunity. Felix is going to get past Cornflakes at some point. I think it's less of a matter of if and more a matter of when. BK a lot closer to CMDR Sob this time, not going to be able to get a job done, as now we ride on board with Felix, activates DRS, but is he going to wait I think Felix is going to wait for that main straight. Yes, he is. Very smart driving from the German, making sure not to get too good of an exit and make contact with Cornflakes. He was lucky not to damage his wing when he made contact with Willie, but could he get the move done down this straight? I think it's more of a matter of when he's going to get the move done down this straight. 3 attempts back, activates ERS, doesn't activate ERS, he's going to activate DRS though. Cornflakes activates ERS to defend, and Felix is going to stay behind. Does Felix know this man? He's pit again, he makes contact! Is that going to be enough for damage for Felix? Doesn't look like it, but Felix is going to try around the outside. It doesn't look like he has damage. Cornflakes almost making contact with Felix and spinning him around, but luckily enough, they do not make contact. BK very close to Sob yet again, coming down this straight. Could he maybe get the job done? Going into turn 1, the slowest car versus the fastest car. Activates his DRS. He saved a lot of ERS. He was on like 2% after about 4 laps, so he's definitely done a lot of saving. As he's very close to the back of CMDR Sob. There's a yellow flag in front, and it is TRGG Games who's out of this race. Could we see a safety car there? Ooh, it's got a dangerous position, and we do see a safety car. There is a safety car now in this race, and that's going to allow Felix to... I wonder, Cornflakes is obviously going to pit for hards, which will keep him... I'd assume Cornflakes is going to pit for hards, which will probably realistically keep him out in P2 as long as everyone else pits. But are we going to see Felix pit for hards, or is he going to commit to the 2-stop? If he commits to the 2-stop, he's going to have a massive pace advantage over Cornflakes if Cornflakes pits this lap. Felix pits. Cornflakes pits. No, he doesn't! Cornflakes stays out and takes track position! I think that's a wise move from Cornflakes to let his teammate pit instead of him, as Jeremy's realistically going to be the one with more pace. As Jeremy pitting onto the medium tyre, is that? Yes, it is! And he's been held! He's been held up by Pocho! As they're double stacking down at Ferrari. Will Pocho stay out in P4? No, he will not. He'll probably keep P5 though. Yeah, he will definitely keep P5. But yeah, so Cornflakes stays out. I think that as we see the lovely new Aston Martin safety car, I love the look of that car. Yeah, can we get a nice off-board shot of it? Yeah, beautiful car. Newly added to the game. But yeah, I wonder if I think of course Aston Martin, they might be having a bit less pace, as of course the new game update does mean that Aston Martin went from being pretty much the third, like, you know, the joint fastest car, like with McLaren, from, you know, Mercedes and Red Bull, to well, now one of the more midfield cars. Felix warming up his tyres. Felix pit on the medium, so clearly they both think that they'll be able to last the mediums. What, 20 odd laps? And to be fair, yeah, it is a lot more doable than I first thought. It's having high rev, so maybe he has a lot of fuel on board. Maybe if we remove the telemetry... I can't see his fuel. Oh no, we can't. I was going to see if I could change it to cockpit cam, but we cannot. As CSP Harris comes into the pit lane, so he's going to come out in P10 on the edges of the points. BK stayed out, which is an interesting tactic. I think realistically he should have pit, and I think if he pit, he probably would have kept. He probably would have that chance of getting past Sob, because I think Sob might be going to the end on those hard tyres. You never know, maybe BK's going to pull off another masterclass and last those mediums to the end. course, I have a bit of favouritism towards the Hassan McLaren drivers, as I am the team principal. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what BK can do. You know what? Let's run through the big losers and winners. So we'll go for the penalties first of all. So 3 seconds for Willie, 3 seconds for PC Willie, El Pocho, BK, Harris, Dennis Pro, and Shift. 6 seconds for Paul Chuckles and 9 seconds for Sob. So yeah, a lot of penalties. I'm sure some of them might be removed, but that is yet to be seen. Well, of course, we'll have to wait till after the race to find that out. So Cornflakes currently P1, he's made up 13 positions. Felix hasn't lost or gained any, still in P2. Jeremy up 1 position, PC Willie up 5 positions. Pocho has held position. Sob up 2 positions, BK up 1 position. Kart Racer down 7 positions. Galactic Nerd down 6 positions. CSB Harris down 3. Dennis Pro's held position. F1 Shift is down 2 positions, and Paul Chuckles has stayed right where he is. So yeah, 2 stops done for Felix, and Jeremy, and Pocho, and Kart Racer, Galactic Nerd, CSB Harris, Dennis Pro, and F1 Shift, and TLTG Games, but he is now out of this race. One stop for PC Willie, Sob, BK, and Paul Chuckles, and no stops done just yet for IGO Cornflakes. So everyone is in the safety car queue, and there's a 5-second time penalty for F1 Shift for a collision with Paul Chuckles. I wonder whose fault that is, because those can get removed if it's not your fault. Does he have wing damage? Possibly. Chuckles very much been in the wars today. I think, was it him or Harris? I think it was Harris actually that collided with Cornflakes in the qualifying session. As Cornflakes, speaking of Cornflakes, he'll be the man to get us underway, and it's a 5-second time penalty for CSB Harris for a severe collision with Galactic Nerd. As I was saying, Cornflakes will be the man to get us underway here in Montreal. He of course can see when the safety car is in the pits using the mini-map, and you know, it's quite a long straight, so you can see that anyway as the safety car is in the pits. So while we're waiting for him to warm up his tyres, when is he going to bolt? When is he going to bolt? When is he going to bolt? And he's gone! He's caught Felix just a bit unawares there. Jeremy's been wiser to it. However, Felix has got a fantastic exit, a 3-second time penalty for CMDR Sob. Could Felix maybe make this move into turn 1? No, he cannot. Paul Chuckles comes into the pit lane. IGO Cornflakes going to have to hold up Felix as long as he can to maybe do his teammate a favour and give Jeremy a chance of winning this race. F1 Shift has got past Dennis Pro in behind. No, everyone's kept it quite clean on this opening lap. Kart Racer passed CMDR Sob, and that's CMDR Sob's round, and he's out. Is that going to be another safety car? CMDR Sob is out. That's good news for BK as he's up 1 position. It's good news for everyone behind him. No safety car or even virtual safety car. So yeah, Sob is out. Cornflakes is looking to hold off Felix, maybe even give Felix a bit of wing damage and to try and slop Felix off the corners and give Jeremy a chance of getting past his title rival. As Felix looks to do it round the outside, can he switch to the inside? Jeremy going to make this free wide here, is he? No, he's not. Felix gets the move done. Of course, those Mercedes engines are superior to the Ferrari one, as there's yellow flags behind for one of the McLarens who's gone round. I think that is Dennis Pro, as it's going to be side by side between Cornflakes and Felix down into down to the final turn, sorry, as Cornflakes gets a 3-second time penalty. Felix holds on to P1, but can he hold on down this straight? Not burning any Eurus, and Felix gets the move done and is in P1. Could Felix finally get his first win in Realistic Racing League? Jeremy can look to overtake his teammate, and I don't think his teammate is going to defend too much about that, as Jeremy's going to have to chase and pressure Felix as much as he can to try and get this win off him. Pocho behind PC Willie and IGO Cornflakes going to be encouraged by the fact that Cornflakes going to have to pit, and could he maybe try and get a move done on PC Willie and get that final spot on the podium, because Cornflakes of course going to have to pit. Kart Racer behind them is even more encouraged, as he's yet to get a penalty. And Jeremy gets a time penalty. That is very big in this race, as he's a 3-second time penalty for Jeremy. And even if he gets past Felix, if Felix can just stick with him, Jeremy won't be able to win this race unless Felix gets a penalty. So, the running order is Felix P1, Jeremy P2, Ideal Cornflakes P3, PC Willie P4, Pocho P5, Yellow Flag in Sector 2, and that is Paul Chuckles who's gone round. Yeah, Pocho P5, Kart Racer P6, Galactic Nerd P7, TSB Harris P8, F1 Chef P9, Dennis Pro P10, BK P11. What happened to BK? Did he maybe make contact with someone? I must have missed that. As Kart Racer is looking to make a move on Pocho, and can he get the move done on Pocho? Pocho going to hold out the inside here. Yellow flag in Sector 1 behind, and that is for it's for Galactic Nerd who's gone round clearly, or had a half spin, or something like that. As now we ride on board with Jeremy. Is he going to look to make a move on Felix this straight? No, he cannot. So Jeremy doing pretty much what Felix did for the first part of this race, and PC Willie's got past Cornflakes. And can Kart Racer get past Cornflakes? Cornflakes defending to the inside. Cornflakes lets both of them by, and he's hit by Pocho. And Cornflakes has lost his front wing and got a 10-second time penalty. Can he keep the car going? Pocho going to look, and it's a virtual safety car. That was big. He broke hard to get past to let Kart Racer pass. And I think that will be because, of course, I don't know why that was. I don't know why he just let Kart Racer by, broke hard, and he broke his front wing when he collided with Pocho and went flying into that barrier. And Galactic Nerd's got a 5-second time penalty for ignoring yellow flags. So I don't know what that was for, but yeah. So a drive-through penalty for CSB Harris, as we see Galactic Nerd pit, Cornflakes pit, PC Willie pit, BK doesn't pit as he continues on in this race, still only made the one stop. As we see Felix, could he still cruise to this victory? CMB Osop has left the session. Jeremy 5 attempts back, not going to get the move done. Kart Racer 5 seconds back. So he's done quite well to make his way through the field, but he's going to need to show a bit more pace if he wants to try and still get this win, or maybe even second on the podium. Yellow flag in Sector 2, and that is the McLaren of CSP Harris who's gone round. And I don't think he broke his rear wing. Can he break your rear wing? I don't know what damage we had on. Jeremy gets the move done on Felix! So that is Jeremy past Felix. Jeremy 11703. Past Felix with DRS now. And that is the disadvantage that Felix has. He does not have that straight line speed of the Mercedes engine. So he's so frustrating for him, I'm sure, considering he's realistically been the quicker driver today rather than Jeremy, and one of the quicker drivers on track. However, due to the fact that he has no engine, he's lost positions. He's all the way back. He's not lost positions. He's only in P2. I say that like he's in P8. But if he can just stick with Jeremy now, he'll still get the win that he's been longing for. However, one man they need to add into the equation, Kart Racer. Very rapid. If he's quick enough, then he might still get a chance at this race win if he can get past Felix. So the push battle on track, Felix and Jeremy. Going down the straight, Felix activates ERS. They don't want to fight too much, these two, as they have Kart Racer closing in on them with every lap that passes. Galactic Nerd very close to CSB Harris, as Felix can't get the move done. Can he get a move done going into turn 1? Jeremy harvesting energy, as he has so little ERS, Jeremy. That could leave him vulnerable, you know. Galactic Nerd can look to get past CSB Harris down this next straight. His day has not gone how he wanted it to after he qualified P3, although at the moment he'd get a reverse grid pole, so not too bad from him. BK's up into P8, so good job from him. As is Galactic Nerd going to get the job done into turn, I don't know what turn it is, but the final turn, as CSP Harris cuts the chicane. How is that not a penalty? Or at least an illegal overtake? As he moves a bit under braking there, so it'll almost block He's left Galactic Nerd no room there. And but yeah, Galactic Nerd does get the move done. A 3-second time penalty for El Pocho. He pushes Galactic Nerd through the next corner. Can he maybe get a move done on Galactic Nerd? No, he cannot. As BK finally pits off those medium tyres and comes up behind IGL Cornflakes, who quite honestly threw his race away by playing the team game. Felix still in DRS range of Jeremy. I'm sure that's not good news for Jeremy, as long as he can sit here, he essentially gets the race win. One thing to mention though, CSP Harris has 14 seconds of time penalties, Cornflakes has 13 seconds of time penalties, and while I'm sure some of those will be removed, at the moment BK would be starting from reverse grid pole, I think, or at least reverse grid P2. Which would give him a good start going into the next race. Felix only 2 attempts back now from Jeremy. Could he get a move done? As Cornflakes sets the fastest lap of the Grand Prix for 1:11.6. As Felix is going to be too far back this straight, and I'm sure Felix is just happy to do this. Although with Kart Racer closing in, he might begin to get a bit more disgruntled that he's stuck behind, especially if Kart Racer starts applying pressure. As Felix can look to get past Jeremy, going into turn 1, going into turn 2, and he does it up the inside. Can he get a better exit? Jeremy switched to the inside but can't keep the position, and that's Felix back into P1. He's been unbeatable in Canada today, and with 11 laps to go, or 10 laps from when they cross the line, Felix could still win this. As Dennis Pro's gone round. He's gone round going out the final corner. What's happened is, does he have any wing damage? None that I can see of. That helps BK a lot, because well, BK has a good chance of starting on pole for the next race, as PC Willie gets past F1 shifts, quite unsurprisingly. You know, in a battle between Alfa Romeo and Alpine, the Alpine does tend to win out, as Jeremy can look to win this position back from Felix 1. Can he do it down the straight? Uses ERS, uses DRS. Felix doesn't defend it, and he gets past Felix. And Kart Racer closing in yet again. Only 3.2 the gap now, and that's with 10 laps to go. This could get spicy towards the end. Do not leave. Very much stay in your seats or wherever you're watching this from, as this could get spicy. As F1 shift comes into the pit lane, switch onto the soft tyre, I'd assume. And a new front wing, and a 5-second time penalty that it has to serve. That could Galactic then 3-second time penalty. That could bump BK up a few positions coming into this race. Yellow flag in sector 2, and that is BK's teammate Paul Chuckles, who is out of the race, and that's a safety car, and that throws it all out of the window. Every strategy out of the window. Felix in P2 is now going to have to try and focus on getting past Jeremy, but also defending from a very rapid man, Kart Racer. It's going to be an incredible end to the race. As Jeremy pits for soft tyres. Felix pits for soft tyres. Kart Racer pits for soft tyres. Everyone pitting. Pocho pits for soft tyres. As Felix got the jump on Jeremy. And I think that might be down to Kart Racer and Pocho, as I think they may have held Jeremy in the pit lane. As Felix is now back in P1. And this has definitely changed a lot in this race. So, the running order now. Felix, P1, on the soft tyres. Could this be the day he gets his maiden win? Jeremy, P2, with that 3-second time penalty, no less. Kart Racer, P3. Also on the fresh softs. Pocho, P4. I think he has a penalty. 6-second time penalties for him. PC Willie, P4, 5. With a 3-second time penalty, so he's gonna, unless Pocho can pull a gap, he's gonna get P4. But we have Harris, P6, with 17 seconds worth of penalties, so he's definitely gonna drop back a bit. F1 Shift, P7, 3 seconds of time penalties. BK, P8, 3 seconds time penalties. Galactic Nerd, 3 seconds time, P9 got 3 seconds time penalties. Dennis Pro, 3 seconds of time penalties, and IGO Cornflakes dead last with 13 seconds of penalties. Most drivers have made about 3 stops this race, apart from Galactic Nerd who's made 4. I think he got damage on lap 1 though. And I'm sure Felix will just want this safety car to last and last and last. He's in no rush to get going again. As this could be the day he claims his maiden win for Ferrari. CSP Harris, I think he briefly overtook PC Willie. He's given the position back though, so no harm done. Felix is trying to burn fuel. I think he has about 1.7 laps. That's what it looks like. I believe the safety car will come in this lap. And Felix he's had a few laps to think about what he's going to do on the restart. He needs to keep Jeremy in front of Kart Racer, and he needs Jeremy to hold him up. Whether Jeremy will do that, I do not know. As safety car is indeed in this lap. So when is Felix going to go? Felix has gone. Has he called Jeremy off guard? Mildly. As Jeremy 4 attempts back, activating ERS, looking to make a move into turn 1, but he can't. Felix has he's held him off at the restart. Kart Racer gonna look to get past Jeremy and get on the back of Felix as quickly as possible. DRS will be activated on lap 31 or 32. As everyone looking very quick. Galactic Nerd gets past BK. Behind BK looking to fight him back though. Make sure not to make contact with Galactic Nerd, and he holds out P9. And it's a 3-second time penalty for Kart Racer! And that has possibly gifted Felix the win if he can make sure he doesn't get a penalty now. All Felix needs to do is just hold this position and not make any mistakes. And Felix will have his maiden win. This is incredible for Felix, as Kart Racer must be kicking himself here, as it could be very possible that he still gets past Felix, but because Felix has been so clean today, you know, in fact, let's watch Jeremy try and get past Felix and see if he can get it done. He uses all his ERS down that straight. Jeremy sets the fastest lap of the race. Can he get the move done? 3-second time penalty for Dennis Pro. Galactic Nerd absolutely having a flyer on this restart, looking to get past CSP Harris. CSP Harris goes deep, and Galactic Nerd looks to get the job done, but he makes contact, and he's round, and Kart Racer gets another 3-second time penalty. This is more contact at the back there for Galactic Nerd, and that's going to be gifting people positions. Cornflakes up at the P7, and it's 6 seconds worth of time penalties for Kart Racer, and that's thrown his race out of the window. And that's so gutting for the Alpine driver. I'm going to try and quickly look at the race director and see how many warnings Felix has. Hopefully Jeremy doesn't overtake him in this time. I think he might. Felix has 1. Two warnings for Felix. As Jeremy's gone round! Jeremy's gone round. I just about called that, but it looked like Jeremy was looking to send it up the inside of Felix, and Felix made contact, didn't leave him enough room. Will he get a post-race penalty for that? That's going to add some stress to his race. If he gets a 5-second time penalty though, I think he still holds position. But if it's 10 seconds or more, if it was his fault that is, if it's 10 seconds or more, then that could take us away his possible maiden win. And that must be gutting for Felix, gutting for Jeremy as well. Is that Felix's fault? I don't know. As yellow flag behind. Yellow flag in sector 2 and 3. And that's Picel Pocho who's gone round. And he's going to clip the barrier there down to P7. As CSP Harris is DNF'd. Felix needs to make no mistakes. As Kart Racer gets the move done, he's going to need to pull a lot of time. And Galactic Nerd is out of the race. He's just retired on track. Has he? Yeah, he has. As BK, that'll promote BK to P9. Cornflakes up to P5. Though he's got a lot of penalties, so that might change the race. Kart Racer past Felix now. Felix needs to keep within 6 seconds, which I think he can do considering there's not many laps left. Of course, that incident between him and Jeremy will be under investigation come the end of the race. But at the moment it's looking like Ferrari will finally win and be able to stand on that top step of the podium. 3 laps to go from when he crosses the line. He's kept with Kart Racer well. Activates DRS. Is he going to try and make a move? If he stays within 1 second and gets a 5-second post-race time penalty, then he will still claim P1. Because, of course, Kart Race has that 6 seconds of time penalty. That is as it stands, though. If Felix gets a penalty, then it throws everything out the window. But at the moment, he's doing what he needs to do. I'm sure Felix is very nervous right now. Usually very... As Pocho pits, I'm sure he's going to go for a fastest lap. That promotes BK to P8. And I think Dennis Pro has quite a few penalties as well, so that might promote him even higher. Coming into this race, yeah. So I think BK might even finish 6th here. As Felix looking to get quite close to the back of the Alpine. He spent most of his first stint behind the Alpine. So long I'm pretty sure he could probably just draw it out by memory. So he knows how to run in dirty air. As that's a big... Oh, that was very close for Felix. He missed his braking point by a few hundred meters there. Not a few hundred meters, sorry. A few meters there. And that almost sent him into the back of Kart Racer. Luckily it's no harm done for him. And he's still close enough, so clearly Felix... feeling the pressure here in Canada. 2 laps to go, and maybe Felix could finally, after 7 rounds, could finally stand on that top step of the podium. After 13 races, Felix might get his first win. He's got solid pace here. King Abdul's joined the session. Does he not know he's about an hour late? So he'll be picking up penalty points for being late and not notifying anyone. Solid pace from Felix. Still sticking to the back of Kart Racer like glue. And he'll have one final lap. He has one final lap to just stick behind Kart Racer, not get a penalty, and then maybe he can start to breathe a bit easier. Of course, I'm sure that incident between him and Jeremy will be under investigation. However, as it stands, he's going to be looking to take home his first ever victory in Realistic Racing League. Kart Racer pushing hard, and I think he's done enough to keep himself in P2. And there's a yellow flag in sector 3 for Pocho, who's gone round. And he's out. Pocho's out. Jeremy picks up another 3-second time penalty. That might, I think that might put him. Never mind, it won't put him behind anyone. PC Willie picks up a 3-second time penalty. As now just one final corner for Felix to complete, and then he can say he's finally a winner in Realistic Racing League. He needs to just not make a mistake. Is he going to make the move? No, he's not. No mistake from Felix, and it's a provisional win. Finally, in Realistic Racing League for Felix. He didn't do it on track, but on penalties, he gets the job done. And Felix is finally a winner in Realistic Racing League here in Canada. He's been so fast this race, and it's wonderful stuff from the German to finally pick up a win after being so consistent all year long, all season long, sorry. So yes, that is it. Felix is a winner in Realistic Racing League. Took quite a while, but he finally got there. IGL Cornflakes, unsurprisingly, next driver of the day. Of course, starting last, you know, making up quite a lot of positions. And he's taking a nice video on the podium. So it's a Ferrari winner, but an Alpine 2-3, which is good for their championship challenge. So German won too as well. So of course this league dominated by German drivers. So it's quite unsurprising. But that does mean Felix is going to start 10th for the sprint race. So there you have it. Felix, the only man not to get a penalty. And what did I say at the start of the race? If you don't get a penalty, it could pay dividends at the end of the race. And it has for Felix, as he's won this race by 9 seconds. Provisionally. Gotta say that. If he gets a 10-second time penalty post-race, it'll snatch another victory away from him. But Felix P1, Kart Race P2, and PC Willie P3, Jeremy P4, Kaji Cornflakes P5, F1 Shift P6, BK P7, Dennis Pro, the last of the finishers in P8, Pocho, Galactic Nerd, CSB Harris, Paul Chuckles, CMD Osob, and TRT James, all the non-finishers here in Canada. But yeah, so we will have a sprint race very shortly. And stick around for that. As we'll see, I think Galactic Nerd start from provisional pole. Not provisional pole. Reverse grid pole. As just wait for Felix to set up the grid for the race.
So we'll just wait now for everyone to ready up. Now we'll just wait for everyone to ready up. As we just wait for everyone to get ready up, and wait for everyone to ready up, and we'll begin the sprint race shortly, if it works. Normally I get disconnected. I wouldn't be surprised if it happens again. Ooh. Oh, that's a surprise. For once, it actually loads me in. As we wait for everyone to pick their strategy, whether they're starting on the medium or soft tyre. So let's look at the tyres that everyone is starting on. So, medium tyres for Galactic Nerd. He's going to be, I'd say, the favourite to win this race if he can get a decent start. Softs for Dennis Pro, softs for BK, mediums for F1 Shift and IGO Cornflakes, softs for Jeremy, mediums for PC Willie, softs for Alpine, mediums for Felix, softs for CSB Harris, softs for Paul Chuckles, softs for TRTG Games, and softs for King Abdul. Galactic Nerd not having the best of feature races, but could he maybe make up with the sprint race win? I think he's probably the favourite to win this race if he can keep it clean, which would be very good for him, as there's a disqualification between BK and F1 Shift on this formation lap. As now we wait for the 5 red lights here in Canada for the sprint race. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights here in Canada, and the lights around me are underway, and it seems to be a good getaway from for Galactic Nerd, a worse getaway for Dennis Pro, as that's Jeremy trying to go around the outside, gets on the grass, BK up into P2, wonderful start from the Haas driver, Jeremy into P3, Dennis Pro almost making contact with IGO Cornflakes, he's dropped back to P4, side by side with IGO Cornflakes, yellow flag behind, that's CSP Harris who's gone around for a spin, as Dennis Pro still side by side with Cornflakes, and TRGT Games is out. Dennis Pro trying to fight back, almost makes contact with Cornflakes. Defense from Car Racer quite well. Car Racer and PC Willie next to each other on track, as that's going to be Car Racer looking to get past. Sorry, it's a virtual safety car. What's my words there? Yeah, and that's a great, perfect start from Galactic Nerd. He had to nail that start to stay in front of Dennis Pro. Had to nail that start to get in front of Dennis Pro. Nailed it. BK nailed his start and is in P2. If he could come home for a Haas podium, that'd be biblical scenes, some might say. As TRT2 Games is out already. Didn't have a good feature race, and that trend has continued in the sprint race. As of course Galactic Nerd says the fast lap of the race, with that being the first one to cross the line. Felix up into P8, past Paul Chuckles. Going up into the run down to turn 1. Dennis Pro is overtaken by Kart Racer. Could he be overtaken by PC Willie? Well, no, PC Willie is too far back. As he gets a poor exit though, could PC Willie try it around the outside? This is going to be a brave, bold move, and it is a brave, bold move. Could he get it done? Is he going to get a better exit? Yes, he is. He's going to look to get it done round the outside. And PC Willie gets the job done round the outside, and a brilliant move from PC Willie at the side, all the way back from Dennis Pro's poor exit. As Felix can look to get the move done. Could he maybe get a move done on PC Willie as well? No, he cannot, just for the time being. Dennis Pro is the only man he's gonna be able to overtake, as he gets a better exit than the McLaren driver, as both McLarens dropping through the field very early on here. BK's kept decent pace with Galactic Nerd, and does Galactic Nerd have damage? Either that or he's made a mistake, because BK is rapid in this early stage. It might be the tyre advantage, it might be I don't know. There's some sort of advantage that BK has. As Jeremy look to do BK down the inside. BK looks to hold round the outside, but can't, and that's BK down into P3, which is quite unsurprising. Sorry, as you know, Haas versus Aston Martin, you're going to see an Aston Martin winner all day in a realistic racing league, and that is not good news for Galactic Nerd, as I'm sure he wants this race win, and I'm sure one man who also wants him to get the race win over, as Jeremy made contact there. We saw Felix do the same thing, but does Jeremy now have damage? Jeremy, the man with the most wins in this league. Yellow flag in sector sprint, that's King Abdul who's gone round. So it doesn't seem like Jeremy has, or Galactic Nerd have wing damage. Galactic Nerd going to defend to the inside. Can he hold it up the inside against Jeremy? Jeremy trying everything he can, outbrakes himself. but he cuts back across, and that's a bit dangerous from Jeremy, and that's almost caught. That's almost Galactic Nerd going around. BK's going to try one here. Up the inside, but could not get the move done. As that was pretty dangerous from Jeremy. He outbroke himself, and then I don't know if that was Galactic Nerd's fault or his fault, but seems like Galactic Nerd might have damage now. As Kart Racer is going to try and get the move done. Can Kart Racer get the move done down this next straight? No, he can't. Our Honda engine is much superior to the Renault. As we see Felix trying to carve his way through the field, stuck behind PC Willie for the time being, and there's a yellow flag for Paul Chuckles, who's spun again. He had wing damage on the opening lap, not really his fault, I've been told, and that's unfortunate for the Haas driver, whose day is going a bit, hasn't really been going as well as his teammates, who's still in P2. If BK can come home for a podium, that would be, as I said, biblical scenes, but it is unlikely considering he has Galactic Nerd, Kart Racer, Cornflakes, PC Willie, and Felix all behind him. But, you know, if those drivers all suddenly make contact with each other, then that could there could be a chance. As Galactic Nerd gets past, and CSB Harris is out. Is that going to be a safety car? Yes, it is. And Kart Racer gets a 3-second time penalty. And that's going to give the drivers like Paul Chuckles and King Abdul a chance to get back into this race. As they will be able to catch the pack under this safety car. And that is good news for BK. I'm sure he'll want these laps to... I'm sure he'd be happy for the race to be red flag now. Sorry, it wasn't Paul Jokers who got wing damage, it was actually TRTG Games. As we see everyone, unsurprisingly, come into the pit lane. We see Felix go on soft tyres, and that's going to give a bit of advantage to drivers who started on the soft tyres. So you know those new softs might die towards the end of the race. Jeremy in P1, BK P2, Kart Racer P3, Felix P4, Cornflakes P5. Galactic Nerd P6, PC Willie P7, Dennis Pro P8, F1 Shift P9, Paul Chuckles P10, and King Abdul P11. So we'll just wait for the safety car to peel into the pit, and I think it should do it on lap 7. I don't think it'll do it this lap, considering we still have 2 drivers who haven't called the safety car. So safety car should come in next lap. It'll be interesting to see how these medium tyre runners at the front can hold off the soft. Felix is probably one of the big gainers there from that safety car, as he's safety car is going to come in this lap. Abdul probably will still catch it. But Felix is going to be the man to watch on this restart. He was very lucky with the pit stops. Has been all weekend. And has a strong chance. If he can get a good jump, if he can get past Kart Racer, I think he could get 2 wins from 2. It's a lot to ask from the German, but he's going to have the tyre advantage. He's going to have the pace advantage, and we've already seen he knows how to win races around here. As Jeremy is bolted, Abdul's just about caught the pack. Felix is going through now, and he's kept a decent gap to Kart Racer behind. F1 shift with a 3-second time penalty. He's very close to back of Kart Racer, who does have that 3-second time penalty. As BK's had a good restart there. And there's 6 temps clear of Kart Racer behind. And one man who's only 2 temps behind Kart Racer is Felix 1. Could he maybe get a good enough exit to try and get past Kart Racer? Is he going to look to do it round the outside? No, he's or around the inside, sorry. He's going to hold position behind for the time being. And now he goes down the next straight, activates ERS. I think the Ferrari engine is just slightly faster than the Alpine one, and there's a yellow flag behind, and that is F1 Shift who's out of the race. As Felix dropped back a tiny bit from Kart Racer now, as Kart Racer locks up going into the hairpin. As Kart Racer only 4 temps back now, and there's a safety car yet again. I think that may have been for F1 Shift crashing out. Maybe some debris on track. And one man this is benefiting heavily is BK. I'm sure he is loving life in P2. He may well be getting a nosebleed, he's so high up. But if he could come away with P2, again, biblical scenes. I don't think the safety car will be as long this time, but if we could just keep having safety cars at the end of the race, that'd be very nice, Codemasters. And Felix will want to get going, as he wants to get past Jeremy. If he gets past Jeremy, he can really start launching a proper title fight, now that the Aston Martin has had its nerf. In the standings at the moment, Felix is 39 points behind. But if he can get another win, he's still in it. He still has a chance if Jeremy makes mistakes in these final few rounds. As a safety car out for another lap. The issue Felix has had is that Jeremy has been so consistent this season, so while we still got a safety car out, let's look at the warnings. Look at the warnings for Felix, because he's probably going to be the man to try and get some moves done. Looking to get some moves on. 1 warning for him. Track limits. Yeah, only 1 warning. Kart Racer's got another warning. BK has 2 warnings for exceeding track limits. Yeah, let's look at the warnings for Jeremy. I haven't really looked at Jeremy that much this race. I don't think he has any warnings. Yeah, no warnings for Jeremy, which is quite impressive. And currently it's a German 1, 2, 3, 4. Which I did not expect to see, considering one of the German drivers is in a Haas. But safety car in this lap, so we'll have 8 laps of racing, as long as there are no more VSCs or safety cars. As we wait for Jeremy to bolt. He's stayed quite close to the safety car. He's starting to pack up now, as he warms up those medium tyres to get ready to go racing one more time, and he's bolted, and BK has read that beautifully. No, he wait, has he bolted? No, he has not bolted. Well, BK did read it beautifully, and then he completely lost it, and now Kart Racer's going to have a go at BK. You're going down to turn 1, Alpine versus Ferrari engine. Sorry, Renault versus Ferrari engine. He's not really left enough room there, Kart Racer. And could BK get the switch back on him? Could he get a better exit? And he makes contact, wheel banging there. And could BK get the move done? Yes, he can. BK holds P2. But is he going to get good enough exit? He's going to have the inside line, which is going to switch to the outside. Kart Racer going to look to get this done. Oh, the outs down the inside. And BK loses P2. That's so unfortunate for the German driver. And Felix is going to have a go at him now, going down into turn. I don't know what turn it is, but into the chicane. And it's Haas engine versus Haas engine, but BK drops down to P4, as now it's Honda versus Ferrari. I said Haas engine versus Haas engine. That didn't make sense. As BK drops back yet again, but he's going to hold it up the inside here. Could he hold the position here? Makes contact, bit of wheel banging there between him and Galactic Nerd. Bit more wheel banging, but Galactic Nerd keeps the position, and that's BK down into P5. That's unfortunate. He read the restart wrong poorly, and he dropped back quite far behind Jeremy, which led to him not really getting the best of toes, and of course that led to him losing all those positions. But still in P6, Ideal Cornflakes overtook him as well. 3-second time penalty for King Abdul. This could Felix pressure Kart Racer into a mistake. They need, well, Felix wants to get this move done. He's on the soft tyres and he needs to make those count, because when they go off, they will go off. And that might give this race win to Jeremy unless Felix can do something about it. Taking the good lines. PC Willie can look to try and send this one round the outside. Makes a bit of contact on the rear, but cannot get the move done in the end. Felix 2 attempts back. Surely he might get it down this next straight. If DRS was active, he would have even more of a chance, but of course it's not active just yet. I think it will be from next lap, but Felix going to activate ERS down this straight. Could he get the move done on Kart Racer come the end of it? No, he can't. He stops activating ERS. He's going to be 3 attempts back and he's not going to be close enough. However, DRS will be active from lap 13 onwards, and he needs to get it done next lap. He can't afford to sit behind Kart Racer if he wants this race win. PC Willie must have got past BK at some point, as BK drops down to P7. But I think he might stay in P7 because he's got a decent gap to the McLarens behind. Felix just 2 attempts back, 3 attempts back. His pace has been electric here in Canada. BK gets a 3-second time penalty. So does Dennis Pro. Felix activates DRS, the drag reduction system, down this next straight. Not going to be close enough, but he is going to be close enough to maybe attempt to move down this next straight. Is he going to look to send it to the inside? King Abdul gets another 3-second time penalty, and that's a big look up from Kart Racer, and that almost sent Felix flying into the back of him. That looked a bit too hard braking from Kart Racer to seem that be accidental, especially considering how close Felix was. Is Felix going to get the move done into the first turn? He's taken a brilliant line through there. Activates DRS, ERS. So does the Alpine in front though. Felix can look to send it around the outside. Can he get it done? He gets squeezed out, and that's really not enough racing room. But it's a 3-second time penalty for Felix. However, I'm sure that will be removed coming into the end of this race. Kart Racer left him no racing room there, no respect there from Kart Racer, and that is, he's defending a lot for Jeremy in front, and that could have ended poorly. But I don't think Felix will be happy about that. He was not left enough racing room, and that could be a penalty. come the end of the race for Kart Racer, and I'm sure it'll be Felix is removed as long as he doesn't get any more warnings. That's a 3-second time limit of IGO Cornflakes. As that will put PC Willie in front of him, unless PC Willie gets a 3-second time penalty. And Felix made contact with the rear end of Kart Racer. Is that going to be damage? Doesn't seem to be any damage just yet. Let's get a poor exit though. And meanwhile, while this scrap to second place is happening, Galactic Nerd's catching them, but one man who's pulling away is Jeremy. As Galactic Nerd gets a 3-second time penalty. Yeah, as I was saying, Jeremy now, well, he's 3 seconds up the road, so even if he gets a, or almost 3 seconds up the road, so even if he gets a penalty, he could still hold on to this P1 from Felix. 1. No, this isn't doing Felix's championship charge any favours, being caught behind Kart Racer. Yellow flag behind, not sure that, oh, King Apple spun. And is out of the session. No safety car. We're going to ride on board with Galactic Nerd as he watches Felix behind Kart Racer. I think maybe Felix is going to be a bit more cautious on the brakes considering how late Kart Racer's been, how early Kart Racer's been braking. And he made a mistake on exit there, and that could give Galactic Nerd the position. Galactic Nerd follows Felix's toe and sends it round the outside, but Felix holds the position, and Felix holds on to P3 for the time being. Now Felix just 4 attempts back from Kart Racer. Very close racing. The top from P2 to P6 is well, not really separated by much. A few seconds in it. About 2 seconds in, I'd say. 2, maybe 2.5. Felix a lot closer to Kart Racer than he was. It's actually similar distance to Kart Racer than he was last lap. Brakes a bit late. Can he get better exit than he did last lap though? I think those softs may have died. Race the DRS very quickly. So everyone's calmed down a bit in this race. Two laps to go, and then Jeremy will be the winner of the sprint race. I wonder how far I think PC Willie might be promoted to P2 here. Imagine that, if PC Willie gets P2 while actually being on P6 on the road just because he hasn't got a penalty. I believe that Felix's penalty will be removed post race because I don't think I've seen him get another warning. I don't think I've seen, like, from what I've seen, I've been watching this on board a lot. I haven't seen him look like he got another warning. So he might still retain P2. Unless he does get a warning in this last lap and a corner. Lap and a chicane. Cool Chuckles gets a 3-second time penalty. As now Felix a lot closer than Kart Racer than he's ever been before. Kart Racer defends the inside and squeezes Felix and he gets pushed onto the grass here. And Felix, again, not being left really enough room there by Kart Racer. And they make contact! That was a bit bigger than any other hit we've seen before. Could that be damage? No visible damage that I saw riding off board, but it doesn't look like he has any damage either. As Felix keeping good pace. Whoa! What happened there? I looked down at my phone for just 1 second, and Felix is out! Felix is out of the race! Did he make contact? Did he get hit? And that's gutting for Felix, and does mean Paul Chuckles is in the points though, so he'll be happy about that. The Haas driver, or the driver, the Alpine reserve driver, Mickey is racing for Haas today. As Galactic Nerd looks to defend from Maggio Cornflakes, he's defending a podium now. Well, he's not defending a podium. He's defending for P4 because PC Willie doesn't have a time penalty, and that's Kart Racer, who's going to finish this race in P3. Now I wonder what we'll see with post-race penalties, because I don't know what happened with the Felix incident. In fact, I will go back and watch it now. Felix is fuming. I assume he's fuming. I don't speak German. I'm going to go back and watch that. So Kart Racer squeezed him out, left him not really enough racing room. Felix pushed through, made contact, so Jeremy's the winner, by the way, today. Felix came through. Still nothing where he could have spun. Touches the curb. Oh, he got a bit too eager with the throttle, and that did put Felix out of this race. So there you have it. Your race winner for today, Jeremy. PC Willie, P2. Kart Racer, P3, although I'm sure he's going to be investigated after all those incidents with Felix. He did not really leave him enough room every time. Galactic Nerd, P4, IGO Cornflakes, P5, BK P6, Dennis Pro, P7, and Paul Chuckles, P8. Felix, King Abdul, F1 Shift, CSB Harris, and TLTG Games, all your non-finishers for the sprint race. And I'll use Google Translate to translate what Felix said in German, unless he swore, which I won't read. Okay. I can't read that out. Nothing too bad, but yeah, so that is it. We'll see you next weekend for, I don't know where we're racing. But anyway, I'll see you next weekend. I've been your commentator, Gromaka.